how to get accepted into a competitive PTA program. What can you be doing to stand out from the rest of the crowd? What can you be doing to set yourself up so that you have the advantage when applying to a competitive PTA program? What's up guys, my name is Antonio and I work in physical therapy, and in this channel we talk about the ins and the outs when it comes to physical therapy. And I just got home. I just got done working at an outpatient physical therapy clinic that Megan and I run together. And on my way home, someone commented and asked me, hey Tony, how do you have the upper hand when you're applying into a competitive PTA program? Like, what things can I be doing to set myself apart so that I can better my chances for getting accepted into a really competitive program when there's a lot of people applying to it? And currently it's a beautiful day out. That's why I'm walking outside down my trail. Gonna hang out outside for a little bit because it's super hot out. So this video is gonna be talking about all that stuff of how you can have the upper hand. But the first thing you're gonna wanna understand is, how does the point system work? So if you don't know how you get points and how that works, then you're not gonna be able to be very competitive if you don't know how the whole system works. So this changes by what college you go to. And for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna be referencing a college that I found online, referencing their point system and how it breaks down. So the first thing, the biggest thing of how you get points is your GPA. So how good of grades are you getting in that college? The better grades you get, the more points you get, and the more likely you are to get accepted into the program. Another thing that impacts this is how many times you take a class. So if you only took a class once, then you get an extra bonus point. But if you have to, like, say the first time you took a class, you got a D, and so you had to retake it, and now you got an A, you don't get that extra bonus point because you had to take the class twice instead of once. So that's a way. And also what relates into this as well is if you transfer credits. So for Baker, like for me, I didn't start out at Baker. I started at a different college, and then I transferred credits to Baker. Now, that was okay, and I still made it into the program, but I didn't actually get as much points as someone else who took classes right there on Baker. I didn't get extra bonus points because I took classes at a different college. So that's something that may influence the college that you're going to as well. So for the college that I looked up, they also have 2 extra points that you can get if you get an A or a B in anatomy and physiology. So what they're saying is, in their health science classes that are going to be more geared towards PTA, if you do better in those classes, then you get extra points versus like an English class. You don't get those extra points if you do well in an English class, but when you take a PTA related class, they give you extra points if you get better grades in those. So that's another way you can earn better points, is doing good in the classes that are related to physical therapy or science or health, something of that nature. Another way you can get points is if you have background experience in physical therapy. So if you're a PT tech, or if you were a physical therapy aide, something of that nature, before you went into the program, then you get points if you have a background in physical therapy, because they already know that you're motivated and you're interested in this career. So you get extra points if you have a background experience in that. So that's something to consider as well. Another way you can earn points that some colleges do is like an entrance exam or like a TEAS exam, some sort of test that you can get points on before you apply to the program. So that's another way that some colleges give out points. Now, once you have completed all those prerequisites, you've gotten and you've accumulated all your points, then what the college does is they look at all the points that you've earned, and they take the top however many they choose. So if 100 people apply to the program and they're only accepting 20, what they'll do from that point is they'll take like the top 40 people with the top highest points, and then they'll interview them. Now for me, I never had an interview because Baker didn't have that many people applying to the program. We just did it based on grades and stuff because a lot of people got weeded out that way. but most colleges will narrow it down to a select group, and then they'll do an interview process, and that interview is worth a certain amount of points. So the college that I looked up, it was worth 13 points, and you get deducted based on how your interview went, and how you do. So in that scenario, just have a good personality, be interested in the field, talk highly of it, show that you care and that you're doing this not just to make a salary or just to pass the classes, but you're interested in investing in this career and you want to represent their college in a good light. So if they see that you are taking that extra step to put forth that extra effort, then they will hopefully reward you when you're done with that interview. So that's that. So basically, just to recap everything that I covered, you earn points by your GPA, if you have to take a class once or twice, if you transfer classes, if you have a background experience in physical therapy, and if you take your entrance exam or TEAS exam, and how your interview goes for the program. So all those things are ways you can accumulate points, and the more points you have, the more likely you are going to get accepted into the program. Now, just a few side notes. Something that I realized as we were going through all my prerequisite classes was that it feels like at the time when you're taking your prerequisite classes that you're competing with other classmates and you're trying to beat them, and sometimes people don't want to help you out because they don't want you to succeed, because if you succeed then they're not going to get into the program, so it can get kind of competitive. But the thing I would encourage you to do is to still be kind, be respectful, help people out who are trying to get into the program as well, because once you do actually get into the program, you're going to be in the same program that all those other kids were in as well. So if you were being rude to them, or if you weren't being respectful to them, then they might not want to help you out when you're actually in the program and you need someone to study with, or you need a lab partner to do stretches on and you can't do them by yourself, but you want to practice with a partner. So you're going to need those people eventually when you get into the program. They're going to be people that can help you out in the program. So just remember that although they're your competitors at the time of your prerequisites, they will become your friends and your close people that you're going to be with in the program. So just know that going into it. So there you guys go. Now you guys know how the point system works. So hopefully you will know how to have that upper hand when it comes to applying to the PTA program. Thank you for watching. This is my tree that my nieces and nephew love to climb on. Randomly just thought I should add that in there. And that's all from me. So if you like the video, hit a thumbs up, comment if you have questions. I'll talk to you later then. Peace!